All right, welcome to Broke But Not Out. I'm your host, Dave Shannon, and today with me we have guest Craig Sop. Damn, I said it right the first time, and Sotkovsky. I'm sorry. It's now my tongue
Craig
tied.
Craig is good.
All right, and then so just kind of a little introduction. Lung cancer survivor, 911 responder, and we have a whole list of stuff that you're attached to, kind of going through everything. I was amazed in watching some of the videos that you were a part of, and it is just, you've done a lot, and you've been in a lot, and you've got a lot going on. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've got going?
Sure. I was 9/11 responded to the World Trade Center, and I ended up getting lung cancer. And I always thought I'd be famous for something that I did in business. Instead, I got infamous for the 9/11 cancer guy. And yeah, I mean that's been my story for the last 13 years, 14 years. I was sick, and I got sicker, and I should have been dead a bunch of times. And now I'm doing this campaign that that's ready to launch in July. Go around the United States and for 25th anniversary of the World Trade Center, and it's for cancer and mental health awareness because I believe it's needed because there's so many stigmas attached to mental health, and usually when somebody gets cancer it takes everything out that you have, like literally. It takes you out
Yeah.
financially,
Oh, I know.
mentally. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
because
got going on now.
my wife right now, she's going through. Luckily, it's kind of downgraded to second stage brain cancer, glioblastoma, and she's going through leukemia because of the radiation therapy for the brain cancer. So yeah, no, we understand the whole cancer thing because it gets tough at times, and seeing her go through the chemo and the radiation and all that fun stuff, it takes a lot out of her, and it. I'm seeing it from like outsider looking in, not knowing. Like, I mean, it's obviously a lot harder for you guys that have been through it and stuff, and because she's had cancer, this is her sixth time now, but I mean, when you're going through it, it's gotta be a lot more of a mental hit at times. I mean, I know it's a physical hit watching, like, her go through it, but mentally, it's gotta take a toll on everybody that's, going through cancer or survived cancer or anything like that. It's gotta be hard.
Yeah, it is. But don't take less credit as a caretaker. I mean, it devastates the caretaker as well. And I'm sorry your wife is going through all of that. But I mean, 6 times. They told me 4 times I was going to potentially being treated for cancer, and that was devastating all on its own. Every time they told me, so I mean, 6 times. It's like your wife must just be like the Energizer Bunny. Just keep going, man. You know, and
Uh,
yeah,
she's
that's what
she's
we have
stubborn.
to do. Yeah, exactly. You have to be stubborn in this world. You know what's so funny? I mean, uh, as soon as we're born, right? We come out of the womb, and the first thing we do is get a smack on the ass, and then we take a breath, and then we start screaming. And I wonder sometimes why do people think that life is going to be like any other way? You know, I mean, I've been
True.
kicking and screaming my whole life. Was molested as a kid. I was a drug addict. I've been bankrupt twice, divorced twice. You know, I've lost houses and businesses, and you got to keep going, man. You know, until you
Yeah,
have your last breath. And okay.
how do you keep going from all that? That I mean, the worst thing I've had, abusive relationship to where, you know, when you're mentally and physically abused by somebody, and then, like, I mean, just from what you're saying, you've been through, how hard was it to bounce back from all that?
You don't bounce back. You just keep going. You know, I have a buddy of mine. I became a Les Brown Power Voice speaker in 2020, and my buddy Iffy, he uh, He'd said something to me, and it was like, "We don't get ready, we stay ready." And that's life. That's the mindset of I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and that's always been my mindset. Just keep going. I was raised by a Marine. He was one of the chosen few. My mother had cancer, and she was sick for 16 years when we were kids. And I used to watch
Oh,
this
wow.
amazing woman take all of these drugs just to get up, it's life. It throws bad hands at you, but you got to just you got to play them. You got to play everything that you got.
Yep, definitely. Well, I know, getting into it a little bit too, you've got you were mentioning that you've got the, one man, one RV dream that you're doing for going around the country and stuff like that. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because that was really interesting watching the videos and stuff you've got on your Facebook for that.
Yeah, I'm launching July 28th, and I have a GoFundMe for it. And GoFundMe actually picked me up. Um, I'm going to 20 cities in the United States for cancer and mental health, and I'm going to be talking to first responders and cancer patients and people that I just want people like all the shit that I've been through. I don't want people to think that they're alone because they're not. I mean, there's so many people that love and care, and I just happen to be one of them. And I want people to tell their stories. I want people
Cool.
to alchemize everything that they're going through. So I mean, I'm going to be interviewing for a documentary that I'm doing, and I'm going to be rolling up on September 11th, in an RV
Mhm.
in New York City. It's like, either Good Morning America or Fox, but they just don't know it yet. I'm creating
Cool.
a media campaign to go to each city, and each city, like I said, GoFundMe picked it up, and they're going to be helping me with the media campaign. And when I start off, I'm starting off in Atlanta, and I'm driving to LA, and then LA to up to San Francisco, and San Francisco across the United States to New York City for September 11th. And in the middle, I'm going to be listening to stories, and we're going to be going to memorials, and
Cool.
um, all the things that I don't know. I always wanted to drive across the United States, and what a better time to do it is to listen to people's stories. And it's going to be sad, it's going to be funny, it's going to be all the shit that goes along with cancer and mental health. I don't mean
Awesome.
to laugh. It's just that we're all a little crazy. We're all a little
Oh, yeah.
nuts, and the cancer part is just a bonus, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that is amazing. I mean, especially, like, going through and talking to a lot of, like, the survivors and stuff like that. And I've noticed a lot of times when you do talk to survivors, they do joke around a lot about it because, I mean, humor is some of
Well,
the
you
best
have to.
medicine that you can have. Yeah, exactly. And if you sit there and act all depressed all the time, it doesn't do anything but wear you down. It mentally, drags you down into a pit where if you can't sit there and have like a good outlook on it, a lot of times that'll take you faster than the cancer will. And I mean,
Oh, absolutely. A
you've always
mindset is
got to
everything.
laugh at it. Yep. And I mean, I know, like, my wife and I, we deal with hard times with that at times, but there's times where we sit there and just joke around about it because at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, she's dealing with cancer, but we both got to keep going because we got, kids and all that fun stuff and responsibilities. But I mean, she's 5 foot tall redhead, so she's got a lot of will to drive me nuts for the rest of my life. So, but yeah, if you can't laugh about things, it does. It takes a huge toll on you. And it's amazing what you're doing on that part.
I appreciate it. I think everybody should. Like, I was studying epigenetics for a while, and I believe that mindset is everything, and we have this thing inside of us, right? Some people call it a soul, God within, whatever it is, and I really believe when you tap into it, everything changes. And like I've been able to tap into it and alchemize everything that I've been through in my life, to where it doesn't matter if somebody tells me I'm going to be dead by Tuesday. I'm going to not wipe the smile off my face, or I mean, it's
Mhm.
just one of those things. It's not going to happen. It's not going to bring me down. And I want to express myself with people. I want to give them the seeds. Just give them a seed
Awesome.
that they could think about, and just yeah, and just be a different person. Because I know what it's like to cry. I know what it's like to self sabotage. I know what it's like to stay in bed for months at a time. And it's just it's like, what? Why? Why? Because we have that woe's me, and we get beat down, and it's like, for the longest time I was like, why is this happening to me? And then I started to realize, why not you? I mean, it happens to a lot of people every day, so why not you? They told me I
Mhm.
was potentially being treated for male breast cancer twice. And I had a buddy of mine, he used to be like, one day you'll get a manly cancer, you got breast cancer. It's like, and it's, it's not, it's just the
Sorry.
jokes and stuff that keep you going.
Now, so did cancer come up because of like the dust and all that stuff that you dealt with when you were when you were helping with the responding for 9/11, or?
Yeah, I have one of the rare cancers. It's one of the 68 or 69 cancers that are related to 9/11. And
Okay.
yeah, and I have GERDs and Barrett's esophagus, where my throat just closes whenever it wants to.
Oh
And
wow.
I just keep going. And then they told me twice I was being potentially being treated for male breast cancer. And then the last one was I had a knee operation in 2024, and in September of 2024, in November, my knee was still not going down. It was still swollen. And I went back to the surgeon, and he was like, "Look, I think you have synovial sarcoma." And when he addressed me 5 minutes later, he's like, "I want to know one thing." It's like, I told you potentially have synovial sarcoma, and you laughed in my face. How did you do that?" And I was like, "It's not my first rodeo. I mean, you're wrong, because I know what it is, a lipoma." And it's like, it's like, I'm not gonna be defeated because that's your opinion.
Yep.
And yeah, that's it. I
So
think the medical industry, I think there's people that shouldn't be in it.
is that kind of what leads into?
Get?
Because I know looking on your page, you've got things like to ask you about, and the one was why doctors aren't always right. So I would wonder if that kind of leads into that a little bit.
Yeah, so like I have this story. I was going to a 9/11 yearly physical, and they send you to the most god awful places to go to. And I went and got an X-ray, and the doctor came out, and I had been studying epigenetics for like 2.5 years, and at that time, and when she, like, she's holding up the X-ray, and she's like, "I want to know, have you ever had a bad X-ray?" And immediately I was like, "Oh man, she's gonna be telling me I'm gonna be dead by Tuesday," and you know, and then I just stopped, and I was like, whatever she's gonna tell me is not gonna wipe the smile off my face. It's not gonna make me, be like the sad clown again. And come to find out, she didn't even have my paperwork. So she was looking at my X-ray, right? And she saw the big glob or shadow, and it was like that was where my mid and lower lung used to be.
Oh
And she
wow.
didn't even have the paperwork that said that it was already removed. And that was the day I had the epiphany, that this was never going to happen ever again. Where my biochemistry is never going to change, and it doesn't. I might have a glitch for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. But you ever get that feeling where it's like, oh no, life sucks now, and then I get, I,
Oh
I
yeah.
get that for like 20, 30 seconds, and then it's like, no, I'm not going back to that old way. No. And we all have the ability to do that. We all have the ability to tap into the thing that makes our heart beat without us thinking about it. It gives us our breath without us thinking about it. And we all have it.
True.
It's just everybody's distracted by, TV and all the distractions of life. I just don't distract myself from life. I sit in meditations for hours. I do all of this crazy shit for me, I live in Merida, Mexico, because I got kicked out of the 9/11 the health program because they wanted the last attempt was they wanted 4,000 a month plus $10,000 deductible to
Oh,
cover
wow.
me, and it was like I can't afford $4,000 a month, man. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur and stuff, but I mean, I was battling cancer for 13 years. I got to reestablish myself. I got to get back up there
Mhm.
again, and I was getting knocked around.
And the bad thing is a lot of times the insurance
Yeah.
companies will dictate your life, so and that's one thing you can't let kinda
Oh, the
knock
insurance
you down.
companies are horrible. The insurance
We're
company. I
going
was just watching something before. Get
Oh, yeah, no, we're going through that crap right now with me with some of the medications that I need, and apparently the right medication I need, I've gotta go through 3 or 4 different medications just to get to the right medication that I need to actually make myself, like, regulate myself a little better. So, yeah, no, the insurance companies kinda kill it.
I mean, I don't understand the insurance companies. You have insurance. Pay. It's like I don't
Yep.
understand. I don't. I got every one of my prescriptions denied for the 9/11 insurance. Every one
Oh,
was
wow.
denied. And it's like how do you do that? And I my next book, The Shaman from Jersey, I'm standing in front of a pyramid of pill bottles. And the caption is say no to drugs. Theirs. Because it's like,
Mhm.
I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It really is. The medical system in the United States and the pharmaceutical industry suck.
Yeah, they do. And you sit there, you look at, like, their meds and that, they're like, "Oh, yeah, you can get this med," but then the side effects for these meds, you've gotta get another med to contradict the side effects of the other meds, and it's insane. It's like they're willing to give you these meds that don't make sense to fix meds that they think that you need for fixing, and it's half the time, I mean, they go the same problem, and, I mean, our son, he ended up trying to overdose on his meds because it was a med for antidepressant, and he got so depressed that he didn't wanna be around anymore and took all of his antidepressant meds when they were actually making him even worse.
Yeah,
So it kinda
antidepressant
defeats.
meds. I mean, it it kind of defeat like what people are starting to realize now is psychedelics are something that people tap into now. I mean, they said one round of mushrooms, one round of psilocybin will help you for 6 months. One round, or ketamine,
Huh,
one round. And it's like,
that's something.
why are they promoting all of these pills that have uh suicide ideation as one of the side effects?
You need to jump
Um,
on.
Depression,
Trust me.
anxiety as side effects. It's like what are you talking about, man? And if I say something, you're like, oh no, it's not FDA regulated. It's like, you know what? Fuck FDA, man. I'm done
Yeah,
with
I
this
know
shit. Seriously.
the FDA
Because
screws you over
because
so
the
much.
FDA, exactly, the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, right? How come three-quarters of the stuff that they put on the market, they took off years later? Come on, man.
Honestly.
It's all pay per play,
Yeah,
and we don't have the money for it.
now we were just talking about psychedelics, and my wife has actually been doing this is my wife that you can't see on the camera.
I know, but it's uncomfortable.
This is my wife and that she's been actually dealing with or going through a lot of psychedelics
Yeah.
and trying to figure this stuff out. And so Craig, this is Ashley. Ashley, that's Craig.
God, I
Hello.
wish I
I
wish
just
I
Oh,
could
we gotta
see
turn
her.
it on. Third
Hi.
button.
where is it?
Third button.
No, I
Well,
just
so,
the whole image is distorted.
okay.
She's got a green shirt on, right?
Yeah. But
Hi.
yeah,
Hi.
but yeah, we actually have
Hi.
been getting into more of those shows with like the psychedelics and stuff, and she's been getting more into it because she wants to start taking more of a natural approach to everything because it hasn't been working out the greatest for her.
Well, no, it hasn't.
I mean,
But
I've done 300 rounds of dimethyltryptamine to straighten out my head.
yeah, I don't know. I'm just leery on it too about the psychedelic thing because, they're talking about microdosing things and stuff like that. But Now, I also believe what you put in your body is important too. Um, I've been doing chemotherapy on and off since I was 19 years old. So, and radiation, all that stuff, all the meds that I take. And honestly, when I stopped doing chemo and doing things like that, I felt better and I took the more natural
Yeah.
approach. So I get that. I have my own podcast too as a part of our network, and I do wellness and mental health and all that. So I research a lot in regards to this situation. But yes, the more natural approach to anything at this point. I actually have what's called alpha gal too. So I'm allergic to like everything
It's easier to list what
food
she's not
wise.
allergic to.
Yeah. Medication wise too. I
So let
have
me
like over.
let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Let me ask you a question. Do you drink baking soda and water?
No,
Sodium
vinegar and water.
bicarbonate and water, man. It's one of the no,
Right. No,
sodium
I get that.
bicarbonate and water. And it's like, they don't tell you to take this stuff.
No.
And sodium bicarbonate is like 50 cents for a box.
Oh, I get
I
that,
drink it
but
3
then you've
times a
got
day.
yep, you got the pharmaceutical companies losing money at that point, and then you've got doctors losing money because they're not going in there for anything neither.
I take sodium bicarbonate 3 times a day, right? And
Mhm.
I was on a podcast. I was on a podcast one time, and the guy's like, you talk about this wellness and you talk about health, but you're sick. You continue to be sick. I was like, no, you're not paying attention. I'm still alive. I'm still
Exactly.
alive. I make my own potions, right? Sorrel leaves, right? I mean,
Yep.
you make teas with that and you drink that. It's supposed to be 10,000 times more powerful than chemotherapy. And this is stuff that I take. I
Hmm.
just like, I'm still here. And I'm just
Yep.
like, I don't tell people to take. I don't tell people what not to take. I just do what I do, and I'm still here. And it's like, yeah, I still have the aches and pains, and I still have these lipomas popping up all over the place, but I'm still alive. And I believe when we
Exactly.
have breath, regardless of whatever, because there was many days I didn't have my own breath. I had lung cancer, man. I was coughing up blood and all the stuff that goes with it. And it's like, I don't do that anymore. I'm telling you, man, I take like so many different cultures that I make for myself. Um,
Yep.
I made when I was battling cancer, they were telling me like Ensure's the only thing you got and everything. And it's like Ensure's garbage, right? It's
Mhm.
like like what are you talking about? So it took me 4 years. I had a farm in Georgia that I was creating a mushroom lab. And
Okay.
when I was done, I had to come down here after my divorce, and it took me 4 years to create a drink that people can actually have and sustain themselves with nutrients. It's not
Hmm.
psychedelics. It's
Mhm.
turkey tail, reishi. It's
Yep.
lion's mane. It's a whole bunch of mushrooms and super greens that is a power food that
Yep.
people are going
Oh,
through
wow.
whatever they're going through, chemo, radiation, and all of that stuff they need to have. They need to have all of these nutrients. And I'm not
Yep.
saying it cures
Exactly.
cancer. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that it's the biggest bang for the buck in nutrients. It's nutrient dense. And people like, well, you're trying to scam people. I don't understand how I'm trying to scam people. I don't understand. It's like,
No,
like
you're not.
people just don't understand. Yeah, no, I
Yep.
I don't even sell this shit. I give it away.
Well, it's like we got into what was that? Those drinks, the T-bomb stuff.
Oh yeah, that it's vitamin B, like all your B vitamins
But I mean, that was technically a
and
pyramid
aloe.
scheme.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually made a lot of people sick, so I would not suggest that at all.
No, we quit doing all that. But I mean, yo, your drink sounds like it'd be amazing.
Well, the coffee that I drink has the lion's mane in it.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, so
Lion's mane
you
is
have to
great.
flood yourself. You
Mhm.
have to flood your especially with brain uh stuff. Because I have to take
Exactly.
lion's mane because I have it's like I have cognitive issues where I forget things. I was on a podcast not too long ago And I told him, I was like, dude, you got gold, man. I just sat there and I was like, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. I was just sitting there, like he was asking me questions, and I was just like, "Oh man, you got gold, bro," because I can't answer you. I have no idea what you're talking about. And I take this stuff every day now, like every day, because I don't want to know what it's like not to.
Exactly. Yep. Lion's mane is a good one, but I use
And you
a
have to.
lot of like. Go ahead. You're good.
No, I was going to say you have to flood your body with good nutrients because all the stuff that you're going through is taking nutrients out of your body. So you
Yep.
have to be
Exactly.
nutrient dense, and it's like, or spirulina. Spirulina farms are popping up all over the place because people want to alchemize all of this stuff. A basic thing is sodium bicarbonate in water.
That
Hmm.
actually makes
It's
sense. Your mom
unbelievable.
drinks that when she's got issues
Oh,
with her
really?
stomach. Yeah.
Huh. I should
I
try
drink it
that.
every day because I have GERDs. I have GERDs and Barrett's esophagus when my throat literally just closes. And
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what it's like not to do this stuff. And that's why I call myself the shaman from Jersey. I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm amazed that I'm
Exactly.
still alive.
Now, is
Yep.
that kind of what you go through? Because I know they said that you might have to get your esophagus stretched.
Yeah, like I've had a lot of issues with my throat, but I have a lot of digestive issues, and I'm to the point of almost having Crohn's disease. So, like, we also have celiac that runs in my family. So, you've got to be like very careful. I have a lot of issues. You know this.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
You tell me in great description.
Oh, I know. I do. I'm not afraid to tell you anything.
I get to hear all of it. Shape, color,
I used to
size,
tell
all of
we talk
it.
about issues that require tissues, right? Because we cried over this stuff
Hmm.
all the time. And
Yep.
and it's like, that's why I have the sense of humor that I have. It might be sick, but you know what? I mean, I laugh at everything. I don't care what the story is. I just laugh. And people are like,
Yep.
"What's
And that's
wrong with
the
you?"
best
It's like,
medicine
"What's not
ever.
wrong with me?"
Yep.
Well, I'm the type of guy that
Yeah,
gets in trouble
exactly.
for making jokes at funerals or something because that's how I deal with that stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. He does.
And I mean,
Yeah,
I'll make jokes that I shouldn't
yeah.
make in front of like, kids and that at times too, because we went to this one petting zoo and I picked up
Oh.
a piglet and I said, "Hey, look, sandwich size." So apparently that wasn't funny, but I thought it was.
That's
Yeah, but we have
hysterical.
6 boys.
That's hysterical.
And then,
Oh, you got
yeah,
6 boys?
Yeah,
yeah, our house is like a frat house.
yeah. So you have to have a sense of humor in that because they crack jokes all the time, and
Hmm.
if you don't have a sense of humor, you're gonna take it personal.
Do you two have to do that right now?
The dogs, sorry.
Playing in the background.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean,
I
yeah, I'm
can't
not.
I can't even see it.
Oh
It's one of our chows, and then our the shikuku.
no,
No, guys.
Hello?
bear. Okay, but yeah, no, I'm not even. Oh, can you see us?
Their
It's.
internet's going wonky
Yeah, but it's
again.
just this
I think it's.
distorted. It's just like a whole distorted thing. I
That's
know that
weird.
she has a green shirt on.
Yeah. Sometimes if the boys are on, like, gaming or anything like that, or they forget to close something out, the bandwidth slows down.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm not even.
That's
I
probably what it
got.
is.
Mhm.
Mhm. I got kicked out of my son's school because I was making jokes because I got told I had to go to the sex ed class, but I didn't know it was a sex ed class. So when the teacher's like, "Oh, here we are. This is what we're talking about today," I'm like, "Really? You brought me for this?" And at the one point, his teacher was sitting right next to me, just looking at me, basically telling me to shut up or I'm getting kicked out.
Yep.
And I was,
School's ridiculous. School's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're
Hmm.
teaching these kids nothing.
I
They're
know.
teaching them
mhm.
nothing. You know,
Yep.
Well,
take a car, dismantle it, put it back together. Take a house,
Exactly.
dismantle it, put it back together. Teach them something.
Yep.
yep. And
Nobody cares about history because all of that shit is wrong too.
yeah.
It is.
Well, one of our sons, we have him at the Challenge Academy right now because he was having some behavioral issues. But in school, he was getting a 1 point.
It was a 1.73 grade point average is what he had. Now he's graduating on June 10th.
A
With,
year earlier with a 3.9,
yeah, GPA.
all because of the structure and how they
He was
teach him
probably
there and everything.
Well, he's
he
on
was bored.
base with the National
Yep,
Guard, so he's doing great. And now what? He's going to college starting June
He was
23rd.
bored.
Yeah.
yep, and yeah, he's
Yeah,
going to
that's
college.
great.
He's only he turned 17 in January,
Yep.
and he's already starting college here in about 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean, in a
That's
good
great.
thing.
But
It's stationary.
it's not like college. He's going to Job Corps, so basically he's learning a trade while they're getting paid. Or he's getting paid to learn the trade.
Yep. But
He's
he
going to
stays on
school. He's
campus.
going to
Yep.
school,
Yep,
but he's going to a place that's actually teaching him something.
Yeah.
I
yep,
was a carpenter and mason my whole life. And it's like I used to make more money than the guys that went to, college. And it's like,
Yep.
the whole society is just warped, man.
Yeah.
What they believe to be like true and all of this stuff. It's like, nah, man. Nah. Nah. I live in Merida, Mexico now. I had to come down here to get my health back. And
Oh, awesome.
it's one, I'll tell you, it's one of the best places I've ever lived in my life. Because this isn't like what you call Mexico. Because I go down the road and there's Office Depot, Costco, Sam's Club,
oh, wow.
Burger King, McDonald's, Krispy
Oh,
Kreme,
wow.
Popeyes. It's like
That's cool. Yeah. We were down in Texas for a
Yeah.
little bit and then we came back here. So,
Yeah, we should stay down there. It
mm,
was so much nicer down in Texas.
yeah.
Where are you
Wisconsin
guys
is
at?
not southern part of Wisconsin.
You're in Wisconsin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and the price of living
Cold.
here is just outrageous.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Trust me. I don't like it here. I was born and raised here and it's terrible. So,
we both want out of here.
yep.
How old
That's
are
the
you, if you
goal.
don't mind me asking? Because I can't see your faces.
I'm 30. I will be 44. She's 41, or will be 41. No, we'll be
I
42.
will be
Okay.
42 in
Yeah, we're
August.
2 years younger than me.
Yep.
But yeah, we both want to get
Yeah,
out of here.
you
We're sick of the cold, and I've dealt with, I haven't really dealt with the medical side of things, but I've fractured my back or vertebra. I've crushed my foot in a machine, and it's like whenever the weather kicks in, it's like I'm in severe pain because that's all I can feel.
Yep.
It's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. I do. I had my was it 15th knee surgery, and
Oh,
in
wow.
2021 they gave me a knee ablation. They gave me a knee ablation in 2021, and it gave me 3 blood clots and almost killed me. And they were thinking about taking my leg off, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like,
Mm.
yeah,
Wow.
Ooh.
yeah.
That's
Medical
Yeah, so you,
procedures and surgeries, I'm pretty good at them.
yeah, you sound like you just keep on going.
Yeah. I know what
Well,
that's like,
like you
though.
said earlier, you're like the Energizer
You
Bunny with
have
dealing
to.
with
I'm
6
sure your wife
cancers.
is the same way.
Well, yeah, the first time I was diagnosed with cancer, I was
You just
19.
keep moving.
So, hmm yep. And that's what I do
You
exactly
just keep
because,
going.
yep.
There are days
Yeah.
I've got to tell her she needs to take a break because she wears herself out, but yeah, she does. She's very active, constantly on the move, and she gets to the point where she's almost so weak she can't walk.
I
It's
do
like, you
that.
got to take a break.
Yep. No, that's the way I
Yeah,
was
I do
raised,
that too.
though.
I got to remember. Yeah. Well, be
You
glad that
gotta
you're
be a
raised
hard
that
worker,
way.
right? Yep, exactly.
Yeah. My father
Yeah,
was a
not to,
teamster for the longest time.
and now our kids, they get one little scratch, like, oh, I'm hurt. I'm hurt. It's like, you have no idea what real pain is.
I know. Yep. They whine and cry about everything, or you tell them to do their chores, and all they care about is video games and being on a tablet or a TV. They don't want to do anything else, and they get mad at mom when I tell them, get off this crap, go outside, go find something to do, or I'm gonna find something for you to do outside." So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
It's a
like their
different
life
world
away from
now.
it. Oh, yeah, it is, definitely. Because, I mean, I don't think I spent
Yeah, it's
too much time
crazy.
as a kid inside. I was always outside,
me too.
and especially in the summertime,
Yeah,
I
me
was just
too.
gone.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
I had
come
a
back when the street
job
lights
at
are on.
14.
Pretty
Yep.
much. I didn't backtalk my mom, or I got the shit kicked out of me, and
Mhm. Yeah. And that's the problem nowadays. You can't, discipline your child. If you do, then it's abuse. Like, I mean, you can't obviously beat on them where you're leaving marks and things like that. But, they need some sort of discipline at some point.
Tell me how you
I
sneak it, mom.
I was raised that way too. And I do not put my hands on my kids. They get other type of discipline. I'm more of a loud kind of speaker to them. I'd rather chew you a new one.
yeah, she gets loud.
Um, and I give punishments in regards to, like, guess what? You're grounded to your bed. Like, the only thing you get to do is read a book. And that's after you complete your homework and your chores. And then if you want to whine and complain, it will be longer, and I'll just give you more things to complete to do for your chores. And they're not going to be fun.
Yeah,
Kids need
and
discipline.
I
Yeah.
realize we got totally off track on
But boys are boys.
but, yeah. So kinda getting
Yeah,
back to
boys
it,
are
I
boys.
mean, you like I said, I mean, he was saying on how humor is kind of some of the best medicine because of
Mhm.
what he's been through and everything, and I've gotta say, though, before I forget, I love the fact that you were there working on, the ground zero on 9/11. That's amazing. Not a lot of
Yes.
people would have jumped in, especially watching some of your videos that you've got on Facebook about, I was watching the short where you were talking about you seen it on fire, and then your ex at the time, you were like, she was photographing it, and then you basically jumped right in to help. That's amazing.
That is amazing. Like, I commend you highly for all that stuff because yeah, and being a survivor of
Thank
cancer,
you.
like, that's phenomenal.
Now you've got I see you got one book out there. What is your book about?
My life. It's just a bunch of short stories. I wrote a bunch of short stories, and each story is a chapter that I can convert into its own chapter can be its own book. Because I lived in Jamaica, I lived in Hawaii, I've lived in Florida, Georgia, and each one was a chapter, and each one was some fucked up event that happened. I mean, I got to live in the bush of Jamaica with somebody that was savant, and he showed me what the mind can do. You know,
Oh,
I
wow.
Amazing.
mean, I have so many stories, man. Just stories because I believe we're light seeking a human experience. And in this world, we have to experience life or else, life is going to life us. And when that
Yeah.
happens, you better be prepared for it. Your wife knows. I mean,
Mhm.
you got to keep going.
Yep.
You got to keep, life is going to keep coming, whether you want to participate or not. You got to hit life back. You got to get up, rock, and just keep going.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my
Exactly.
head.
Yep.
And then he was kind of starting to get into the what was it? We were looking up the epigenetics.
The epigenetics, yeah.
Because we were kind of curious
Yeah,
on that because
Dr. Bruce Lipton.
Huh.
Dr. Bruce
Yeah, I
Lipton,
was
man.
looking at that because I have
Joe
CML, chronic
Dispenza.
myeloid. I have CML, which is chronic.
Everything.
Go ahead. We're both just talking at the same time, kind of, getting lost there for a second. But I have chronic myeloid leukemia, and I have acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and then I have the second stage glioblastoma. Um, so they put me on imitab and Secamblex, which are tyokinesis inhibitors. Is supposed to help the cancer cells from multiplying. But then I'm also on chemotherapy right now, orally, and it's terrible. I don't like what it does to your body in that sense neither.
It sounds
But
horrible.
so epigenetics, I was just kind of researching it a little bit and what it was about because I'm like, this is interesting. Maybe I should have a
We all
conversation.
have. We all have it. We all have. We all have the ability to change our biochemistry. We all have it. Everybody does. It's what we pay attention to. And Joe Dispenza talks about it religiously. And it's like when he started understanding what it was, like he had his back broke. He needed pins, he needed rods, he needed all of that. And he's like, I'm not gonna do that. And I'm gonna think myself better. And this is all
Yep.
documented. And he did, because our body has the ability to, like, cancer lives in an environment that is in stress, pure
Mhm.
stress. Okay?
Yep.
That's where cancer just starts to multiply. If you take yourself out of the environment of pure stress and put yourself into an environment of no stress, your body starts to heal on its own. Now, are there
Exactly.
people are prone to death? Of course. Of course there's
Mhm.
people that are prone to death, right? Everybody's prone to death because nobody gets out of this shit alive, right? So it's like
Exactly.
Hmm.
I've been able to sit. I was sitting in my living room for 6 years, and I was listening to tones, and I was listening to, like, frequencies, and I was listening to, like, I would literally sit for 4, 5, 6 hours just listening to "doo," because I was such a shitty patient that they were giving me Dilaudid, Percocet, Percodan, morphine, and my ex-wife and my daughter were like, "You're a crappy person on these drugs." And I was like, "All right, fair enough. I have to find something that is going to take all of this away." And I'm glad I had the experience with my buddy Louie in Jamaica. He showed me what the human mind can do. And I was also glad that I did over 300 rounds of dimethyltryptamine before I even started this cancer journey. And
Yeah.
I've done ceremonies with the Wichita Indians in Mexico. I've done ceremonies in certain places I can't talk about. But it's like we have this ability, right, to not have scanxiety. I don't get scans anymore. I just don't. I'm not going to get scans. I'm not going to get X-rays. I'm not getting MRIs. I'm not getting CAT scans. None of that shit anymore because I just stopped. It was 2 years ago after, yeah, what was it, 2024? Yeah, after my knee surgery, I just said I'm not going to the doctors anymore unless something happens that they find me on the floor. I'm not going anymore. I'm going out the way I want to go out, and I'm drinking all my potions and elixirs and all of this stuff. And knock on wood, I feel great. My knee, I mean, of course, my knee hurts. I got the old man pains. I'm 60 years old
Mhm.
that they don't tell you about after you beat cancer. My ribs still hurt, my back hurts, my hip is still hurting, but I get up every day. And instead of saying, why am I getting up now the first thing I say is thank you. I'm just appreciative to get up and still be breathing.
Exactly.
Hmm.
That positive mindset. Like
Yep.
I always preach this to our kids too and everybody that I actually talk to. If you do not have that positive mindset, you're not going anywhere. Like you have to get up and think to yourself, guess what? I'm going to be great today. Like, I'm not letting anything bother me. I'm going to get going and I'm going to keep going. And if you don't have that mindset, then you're just going to be in that negative all the time. And you're just going to bring yourself down and then bring others down around you too. And it's just not
Exactly.
okay. Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
it's not the false positivity. The false positivity is something different. You have to be the person. You
Yep.
can't be like moonbeams and rainbows and then think about, oh, my life sucks. No.
Yep.
You got to be that moonbeam and rainbow. You got to be on top of your shit. You got to honestly, you got to keep going and going and going. And it's like
Yep.
I refuse. I refuse to stop. I do. But sometimes I have to take a nap because I still have to remember that I have parts that are missing.
Yeah, I get that, but, like, I have professionals, like doctors and things like that, and other people around me, "You just need to take a break. You need to take a break." Well, I'm not used to that. I'm always used to getting up and just going, like, that's what I was taught. I also have a lot of trauma in that regards, but I keep moving. I don't give up. Like, you've gotta keep going and fighting. I started out on pain pills when I was 11 years old.
Yeah, because
Um
doctors pretty much force it down your throat.
Yeah, because they won't do anything about my medical issues. So it's just, oh, here's more pain pills. Here's more pain pills. Well, it got me in trouble. I was on them for
Oh yeah.
11 years. 11 years. And I got in trouble, but I put myself into rehab. I had kids at that point. I couldn't give up on them. And I didn't want to give up on myself neither. And that was my drive to keep going. And that's why I did it. And I actually feel better about myself. And I've been
Do you
sober from
meditate at all?
I used to do Tai Chi.
So no, this is
No,
different, man.
yeah.
Tai Chi is
No.
amazing. I do Tai Chi. I do Tai Chi like once, twice a week. Um, but meditation, like drain your mind, just sitting and listening to tones.
Hmm.
Because
Maybe we
what we
should
Try
try
do
that.
is
that.
we put ourselves in a state. Yeah, man. 100%. And the thing is, you're going to be like, oh, this isn't for me. No, this is for every human. Every human.
Uh-huh.
I tell people all the time, they're like, well, what do you go through? And I'm like, you want to really go through what I go through? Sit for 2.5 hours and listen to dude, or listen to Joe Dispenza meditations, or listen to the Silver Method. These are
Huh.
things that change your state. And it's your state that you're in that will be positive or negative. I've just mastered this stuff, and mastering just means that I'm at the basic level. This is all human behavior. Anybody can do it. It's just people. It's
Yep.
like what are they excited about? Oh, football, baseball, basketball. I don't watch any of that shit. I used to be a bookie when I was a kid. I used to watch people dump their life on betting. And once I was not a bookie anymore, I said, I'll never watch sports ever again because it's got to be something else than watch people
Yeah.
destroy their lives. I mean, I've been the extreme. I've been the extreme in my life for everything that I've done. Everything. Drugs, please. I've been on so many different. Cocaine and barbiturates was like the drugs of the '80s, man. You know.
Mm.
And then when I started doing psychedelics, you can't get addicted to psychedelics. I just kept
No.
getting downloads and downloads and downloads. And then the one time I got a download off of some DMT, and all I heard was teach them. And I was like, what do you want me to teach them? And it's like, this is what I'm doing now. I'm teaching all over the world, man. I'm on podcasts all over the world, just telling people that they have the ability to change how they think, not
Yep.
the ability to not die and none of that shit, but you have the ability to change how you think. And I
Exactly.
refuse. They could tell me I'm going to be dead by Tuesday. I am not going out with no smile on my face. No,
Yeah.
you have to
No.
change that state inside of you. And
Yep.
it's so important.
Yep, I
Mhm.
tell my husband I wanna just like, there's been so many times I've said, "You know what? I just wanna stop treatment. I don't wanna do this anymore. I wanna live my life the way I want to live it." Like, where has it really gotten me at this point? I've been battling this for almost 3 years now with the brain cancer, and I'm just so tired of it. And when I actually started putting natural things into my body, I felt so much better. Like I was using molasses, honey, lemon, cinnamon, cloves, like, thyme, even turmeric and things like that. Like if you know what's good for your body, like that's the best thing to do is go that route because there's so much crap in our food and all this crap on all our stuff, like our vegetables and stuff nowadays that we should not be putting into our bodies. So,
Yeah.
like, I was raised
I drink
on
this one. No, go ahead. There's a
so
glitch.
yeah, I was actually, raised growing up, farming, things like that. My grandparents gardening. We did all of that, all the canning, making stewed tomatoes, spaghetti
Mhm.
sauce, like, with my grandpa, we did, like, pickled herring and things. Like, we did beets, all sorts of stuff, and so, even to the point of making homemade wine, my aunt and uncle, and their own maple syrup, and processing our own meat they did. Like, they don't go to a store and buy meat, they do it all themselves. So, like, growing up that
Yeah.
way, it's like, that's the way it needs to be done. Because
There's
what
something
you put
like
in your
there's
body.
something like yeah, there's something like 50 or 60 different chemicals that they're trying to ban in the United States. It's just in
Yep,
everything that
Mhm.
we eat. Everything.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yep,
no, you want a really good drink to have? It's star anise, cloves, and cinnamon.
huh,
Have to try that.
It costs like 20 cents.
wow,
You get star anise, you get cloves and cinnamon, and you put it in a big bottle of water, and you just
mhm,
let it sit overnight, and you drink that. A
wow,
hibiscus flower. I would definitely recommend sorrel leaves.
okay,
Boil sorrel leaves, man. It's from the soursop tree.
Hmm.
I'll have
It's
to
an
remember
exotic
that.
tree, but you can get this stuff, man. You know,
Awesome.
and it's just like I refuse to take their shit. I refuse to take their stuff because I
Mm,
understand. Like the last doctor that I went through for diabetes, type 2 diabetes, right? Because I have endocrine cancer, so it stimulates the sugar, and it's like,
yep,
man, I can't tell you. I could eat straight for a month, 2 months, and my blood sugar will still spike. And it's like,
yeah,
no, that's what's going to take me out is blood sugar? I don't think so, man. And I drink hibiscus flower and ginger all the time. I drink baking soda and water. I drink cloves, star anise, and cinnamon. And people are like, you're weird. I'm like, no, I'm still fucking alive.
no,
I'm still alive.
yep,
I'm
exactly.
not
Yep.
going anywhere yet. I got
Nope,
so much to do that I'm here to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. I'm here to piss people off because I'm the mirror effect.
exactly.
I love that
Yes,
Yeah,
saying.
so do I.
yeah.
That was great.
Oh, I'm gonna have to isolate that one.
You
I love
you
that.
should listen to this because they have you on medication for type 2 diabetes. And
Oh,
what did
metformin,
okay.
Jardiance, Januvia,
Yeah,
all
okay.
of that
Yep.
shit, all of it.
Yeah, they
And
just stopped his
the doctor wanted to give me Ozempic. They wanted to give me
uh,
Ozempic. And I was like, it was $1,200 a month. I was like, I can't afford this. Come to find out,
yep.
it's killing everybody. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
I
man,
know.
no, just
Yeah,
I
they just
can't,
took me off
I
of
can't.
metformin.
Yeah, he just got taken off metformin, but he is on Jardiance and, it's
Jardiance,
yeah, I don't
Januvia,
know. Yeah.
stuff is ridiculous, man. I'm not saying,
But
look,
yeah, you
whatever the
were
doctor says, this isn't medical advice, none of that. This isn't any of
no,
that
no.
stuff, man. I just, I'm just doing what I do to keep my ass alive.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
Mhm.
it's none of them pills.
No.
None of that pharmaceutical crap, man.
You felt better
Yeah,
off
no,
those all that
Yeah.
medication.
Yeah, when you went down to Texas, I didn't have any of my medications, and I
Yeah.
actually felt better
Yeah,
being off that stuff.
I went through all that too. I got off all my meds, even my synthetic hormones they have me on. Because I had my ovaries removed when I was 30 and my uterus and cervix removed when I was 26. due to cancer. So, like, yeah, these fake
Jesus
hormones. Yeah.
Christ, woman.
hmm
Jesus,
So,
woman. You know what
yeah,
you're just like, I'm the Energizer Bunny.
yeah.
Well, that's kind of I make the joke too with that. It's like, the baby factory is now just basically a playground.
Haha.
Hey, there's no closing. There's no
I know.
monthly closing time.
Yeah, I know. But
But yeah, I mean, she's been through so much, and yeah, she felt so much better when she was down there. I mean, the only thing that kind of
yeah,
sucks was without the hormones that she was getting more headaches.
yeah.
But but I mean, that kind of goes into when we were talking earlier about like the insurance and stuff like that. She's fighting with the insurance company on a medication that she needs for helping with her headaches and stuff like that. It would be
Oh,
worth it quite a while.
because okay, I have intracranial like hypertension. Basically, it always feels like my head's gonna like blow
Jeez.
out the back. And so I went through a crap ton of testing for all that. And here to find out because I took the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what made everything happen here.
yeah, that's actually what caused my brain cancer. So the thing is after they figured it out, I was actually the first one in Wisconsin diagnosed with this in regards to the vaccinations. And they didn't even think about it
The
because they were like, "Oh,
vaccinations was a
you're
bad deal, man.
yep,
Yeah, it
you're not
was.
That was a
obese. You're not
bad deal.
obese." And we're finding this in obese women. Okay. And so they're like, we didn't even think about it. So meanwhile, I'm going through spinal taps, all this crap, like imaging, everything, even hematology. I went to like allergy specialists, all of this. And it was ridiculous.